What, are you vaping in
I
here?
did not vape in here. How dare you?
It's fun you can do that.
It adds atmosphere.
Don't.
All right, I'm not doing it anymore.
Don't
I
let.
told him he's allowed to vape because Dean vapes all the time, so don't worry.
His boyfriend made me promise, and then also.
I don't have a boyfriend. I'm in a situationship.
Oh wow. She just went from.
Well, we do really
she
well.
just went
with,
from 40 something to.
We do
22.
really well with relationships. We know how to
Wanna
define
look at
them.
that,
Yeah.
right?
He hasn't texted back. So,
Are you serious?
no.
Wait, after all that?
After all that, after all those, I have no response.
What about the other one, the third one? on the
One of you
list?
guys give me a nice little clap.
Okay.
Harder, a little harder.
Wait.
There we go. So we're gonna match it. There we go.
Can I give you the real
gonna help
clap?
the editor a
I
little
want to
bit.
do the real clap.
Wow.
Okay. It's time for the podcast.
No.
No,
I don't
no,
buy it.
no. I'm
That's
doing.
some-
No, I wasn't doing that for them. I
That's
was doing
some-
that for you. I was like, just get it out right now.
No, that's some fake
I
shit
do
right
like
there.
the color. Okay, I was asking you about the
What's
lip
my
color.
lip?
I want to know what the lip color is.
Oh, it's NARS Vesuvius.
What'd she call me?
RuPaul said it looked good on me, so I maintained it
Oh, that's the
for
one.
years. This is the one.
And that's how you got to run his
The
company.
first time I talked to RuPaul, yeah, he stopped me on set and he's like,
I like him.
I'm not done. He said, that's a good lip. And I've worn it ever since.
Wow.
6 years.
When I was working for Vivid Entertainment, they said that to me too. I'm your host, Ben Jacob.
Dude, roll the whole thing. Go through the whole. Do the
No,
whole.
you're saying you have to say.
That's
oh,
you.
I'm doing,
That's you.
Oh, I'm doing it to here.
No, you're doing it to there.
I'm your host, Ben Jacob, and this is my co-host, Monique Ramirez. Did I do it right?
You sound like Milton Berle and George.
I'm your
Burns.
host. I'm your host,
Laurel.
Ben Jacob, and this is my co-host, Monique Ramirez. Hey. Hey, give me a little bit more than that. Oh, she wiggled a foot. What's the name of our podcast, Monique?
Who's
Ramirez?
dead from your favorite movie?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. All the way in the back.
Who's dead from your favorite movie?
So this is a podcast where we focus on one movie per episode, and then we talk about the legacies of the actors that we love so much who have passed.
So we focus on film history, pop culture, and the taboo topic of death.
This is something that I've been obsessed with for a long time. Sit around with my family, look at old movies, and we're like, oh, they all dead and gone, right? And then we're like, how'd they die? We start looking it up, and it's like, oh my God, pancreatic cancer. That's what Aunt died from. And then all of a sudden, it's like looking everybody up and obsessing over the movie.
What's our first movie?
Our first movie is everyone's favorite pumpkin spice Hollywood, Halloween, Krampus giving Thanksgiving movie. I don't know what it is.
Our first movie is everyone's favorite pumpkin spice latte, Merry Krampus, Halloween.
1993 Tim Burton film, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah.
It's a Tim Burton masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece.
It came out in 1993.
It's still in theaters.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Oh, so we're gonna do it in order of appearance.
In order of appearance. Where's my cigar?
Shall I begin?
Yes. Oh, it's a pipe, isn't it?
What did they do? Masterpiece Theater?
I don't know what the hell they do.
Fireplace?
Fireplace? Okay. Okay,
Flaming?
Martha Stewart.
Did I just
in
call her
1973.
Flaming. Hot. First person. First person.
First person is
Glenn Shadix.
Glenn Shadix.
He played the mayor.
He was the mayor.
So he died September 7th,
Yeah.
2010, of blunt trauma to the head after a fall.
I heard about that.
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
I actually do.
Because the caregiver found him like hours later. What if she didn't come?
That's
Because then the family
Funeral,
finds
yeah.
you. That's, you know,
wow.
it's like, it makes the funeral. It's just, oh God.
Yeah, and
it's
so-
very sad. But he was already in a wheelchair.
So yeah, he was in a wheelchair already because he had mobility issues.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure from that what that was from.
Yeah, I don't know where that was from.
But he was only 58
Oh God.
when that happened. And
We're like, it's just around the corner for us.
I'm 102 already. I've already surpassed that.
Not the death, the age.
Well, you never know.
Hey, I got carded.
so-
Remember that? Anyway, keep going.
So Glenn has a huge resume.
Oh yeah, huge.
Huge. He's worked with Tim Burton many times.
Yeah,
He was in Beetlejuice. He played Otho.
he was like an OG. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was Otho.
According to Rotten Tomatoes, he was also in Burton's remake of Planet of the Apes.
play
in
it.
2001.
I love that movie.
I don't remember it as well. I'm gonna say that there was something about it's a childhood memory, the old school one, maybe because it scared me.
I want a pet monkey.
Okay,
That's why.
We're gonna keep talking about Glenn and not just Pet Monkey. So and Glenn also did TV.
He did TV.
He did
Yeah.
voices. He did voices for Teen Titans, Justice League Unlimited. He has a huge resume. So
Yeah. Well, didn't he have an incident when he was, if he's the guy that I'm thinking of, didn't he have like one of the original like conversion therapies that people started to then start talking
yeah,
about?
he underwent. I keep wanting to say aversion, conversion therapy. I have an aversion to conversion.
You have an aversion to conversion.
That's what it is. Yes, he did.
It's just therapy.
He went to the. He underwent that as
He
a
did.
teenager.
I know. Yeah, 'cause he had an incident at 17 years old, tried to take his own life, and then I think they did that to him. I need to know the techniques that were applied then for conversion therapy. I know one of them is like you say over and over again that you're not, whatever it is.
Have you ever? well,
I always thought it
you're-
was the color purple.
You know what? Your parents are amazing. So I don't think you've ever
Oh,
experienced.
my
this.
mother's a flight attendant. And
Right.
so when I finally came out with the dog in the room, it was the weirdest situation.
What's your come out story?
Okay, the come out
What's your
story
coming out
it was
story?
kind of the beginning of a come out story. My sister, sorry, Chelsea. I had a friend who was a lesbian. Her name begins with an E. And she was like, I want to take your sister out on a date. Okay, my sister's like 15 years old. I'm in college. I'm visiting for, like a weekend or something. I come home and then my mom's freaking out. She's like, she's too wild. And I'm like, she just does acid all the time. Leave her alone. And then my mom goes to the bathroom and I'm like, Mom, it's not like I haven't done anything like that before. And she's like, "Ah," and then runs upstairs. And then I get in the room with my dad and my sister. We're sitting on the bed and my dad goes, I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if the dog's gay. And we had this little Maltese, and it was like, boom, boom. He's like, I just want all of you to be happy. And that is not an impression of my dad very well, but that I heard, like, like Faith Dunaway in his voice. And so that was kind of a coming. A year later, my mom's like, I always knew. I'm a flight attendant.
No, she's your mother.
Also, she's my mother.
So they're fantastic and they're supportive. So
Stop trying to breastfeed past 12.
You haven't. So I doubt you experienced this. Do you know anyone that had to?
Go to gay conversion therapy?
Yeah, that's awful.
I know a couple people I'd want to send there. But,
Oh,
yeah.
I think we should move on.
In West Hollywood.
So Glenn Shadix, we love you and appreciate you. And
Yes. So I
thank
can't
you.
imagine that he went through that, but you know that shit. And I want to put a ribbon on that, like how that must have shaped his life.
What he had to overcome,
Yeah.
what he had to experience that as a teenager,
Yeah.
and where he went with his career and his
Yes.
life. Fantastic.
The
Good job.
characters that informed.
I think a round of applause for Glenn.
Round of applause. There was a real, especially working with Tim Burton, there's a real dark side that you have to bring to those characters.
You know what?
One of the,
I could see how he would tap into that.
and,
But
and I mean, that served him. And that's so interesting when you do that, because that's what brings so much joy, is when you own that thing.
So
Thank you so much.
thank you, Glenn.
We're done here.
Thank you for playing the mayor. So who's next, Ben?
Okay, so Glenn, shout out to Glenn. In that same scene, in order of appearance, so it's like the, Halloween town. Here comes Halloween.
Oh, this is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Okay.
That part of the film, that is my favorite part of the movie.
Is it?
The intro.
Oh, that's right. You were doing the striptease when we were watching it together. I was like,
I-
Monique, I'm like, this does nothing for me.
I was not. That was your boyfriend.
It's a situationship. She doesn't listen to me.
Well,
No, she totally listens to me. He doesn't listen to me.
Well, mine doesn't text back, so we're on the same page. It's totally fine, and he doesn't love me. So anyway, we're moving on.
He totally loves you. You're so lovable. You're so lovable. Don't even. Okay, so in your favorite scene, okay, so there's a mummy and a vampire in that one. Really cool voices, actually. I looked at it. And Sherwood Ball played them.
Wow.
Sherwood Ball. So Sherwood Ball died November 15th, 2015. And
Of what?
it says cancer everywhere. So I did a little deep dive.
Yeah.
And I found that it was liver cancer. And so Sherwood Ball died at the age of 63.
Oh.
So young.
It's so young.
It's a divisor of 9. I love 9s.
Oh, so you know what? When we were doing our research, I found one really cool thing about Sherwood.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about it.
He's the oldest son of Ernie Ball. According to IMDb, he has composer credits. So
Yeah, he was music. He was influenced by his dad. Like, he was his icon. He sang "Hanging with Mr. Cooper." Yeah, he did the theme for that. Demolition Man, Let It Ride.
Demolition
Always.
Man. He was on Always. He's on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
There, I remember that movie.
I know.
came
And
out
Let It
89.
Ride.
Let It
Oh,
Ride.
Let It Ride. What was Let It Ride?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Sherwood was everywhere as a musician. And he.
He toured and played
Yep.
with. Oh my God.
He was a.
With Three Dog Night,
Three Dog Night.
Etta James, Jackson Brown,
Yep.
Joe Walsh, Stephen Stills, Bonnie Raitt. Oh my God. And that's just to name a few. He was a powerhouse. Oh my goodness.
And I've been in that session singer community before. And literally, when you're a session singer, it's like show up. You have 1 second to look at the music, and then it's like a Disney theme song, and then they're like sing it like a trombone, and you have to nail it. And there's only like so many in every town, so many session singers, and it's a really tight knit community. He was one of the top 3 male vocalists for 20 years. And that's how tight knit the community.
Wow.
But to do that, it's beyond sight reading. It's
Wow.
You have to understand the team.
Thank you, Sherwood. So next is William Hickey, who played.
Dr. Finkelstein.
Yeah, the mad sort of scientist who
Yeah.
made Sally.
He took his brain out of his head. That was a
So-
cool character. Yeah.
He was a genius.
Yeah. I tried
So-
doing that one.
So it was-
Dude, William
It's-
Hickey is a legend.
I can tell you didn't succeed. He's amazing. So William.
Thank you.
William died June 29th, 1997.
How old was he?
He was 69, according to the New York Times.
He did not want to go to that 70th birthday party. He was like, it's just too much.
Because I don't want to hit
The
that.
70th
that
was like, okay, I know, I crossed the golden.
69 is sexy.
And 69 is sexy.
You know what he died from? He had emphysema and bronchitis.
It's so ironic because it's
That-
like
that
it's like with Joan Rivers. It's like it's the voice that they use so much. It's your uncle,
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and it's so interesting that thing.
Yeah, I
is
had an
the-
uncle. I had
But
an
it's a
uncle
light in the dark.
who had
It's the old, yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a singer and he had a
Yeah.
beautiful voice, but he died from throat cancer.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Didn't he get his voice back a little bit at one
yeah,
point?
a
and then-
voice box. You know.
Wow.
And that
Not everybody uses a
tracheotomy,
voice
and then
box.
you get the voice box. But with William
Yeah.
Hickey, I remember his voice, like that voice in The Nightmare Before Christmas. Like I could recognize who that was. I
Oh, yeah.
recognize his voice over his name. What's that? What's the movie that he's in where
Was it Christmas
it's the-
Vacation?
Oh, that's what it is.
The blessing.
At the dinner table.
My mother did that grace scene at a family in-law party, and everybody was like in a bad mood. So it was so funny because she did it, and she's like, "I'm gonna say the grace," and I'm like, "We never say grace." And she said, "I pledge allegiance," right? So she does. She goes into the whole thing, and the bad mood didn't go away. It got worse. It was the best thing to witness, and I was like, "Screw everybody." Ethel.
I love it. So there's so much to William. His resume is he's known for being an actor and also an acting teacher.
No, yeah, he had it was acting school that he had, or was he just teacher?
Well, on Turner Classic Movies, they have a beautiful biography about him.
I know Barbara Streisand was one of the ones that he taught.
Really?
George Segal.
Wow.
Sandy Dennis. Whew. Thank you, William.
Thank you, William.
So the next one is Joe Ranft. Okay, Joe Ranft played Igor, right?
Yeah, so he's one of those little monster dudes.
One of the little monster dudes. Yeah. And he died on August 16th, 2005. You said 2005 or
20
2005.
I think people say
Am I
2005.
a Facebook mom right now?
Yeah, go on, Myrtle. What else?
Oh God, he died in a car accident and his vehicle went off a cliff. Oh my God.
No, tell me what
Just all these
happened?
tributes to him from
don't
all
know.
his visual effects. Well,
Tell me the full details of what happened. What happened in the car accident?
So okay,
I need
this
to
is.
know exactly what happened.
I mean, it's almost like you
What?
feel it. Okay, so he basically he was on the Pacific Coast Highway, the PCH, Pacific Coast Highway, and he wasn't driving, but they went through a guardrail. The driver survived, the other person didn't. So 3 people, 2 died, and he went through the guardrail and it crashed into the Pacific near the mouth of the Navarro River, but it tumbled.
No. How old was he?
He was 45.
No, he was younger than me. Oh my.
I didn't do it.
What? He was 45. Where were they going?
They were going to a charity event. What was the charity event?
He was going to.
Yeah, he was going to a charity event.
He wasn't going to. Tell me it wasn't benefiting like children or something. Was it?
Let's just hope it had the worst hors d'oeuvres
Oh
because
my
it was,
gosh.
he didn't miss anything.
What a lovely. Oh.
But he was going to his own charity.
What a lovely
The
man.
guy was just the most beautiful, wonderful person. The whole thing is so freaking tragic. And there's all these videos that you see of various effects artists
My
and people.
goodness, I'm seeing that now. I see that it's it was. I remember when it here.
The tribute, and
I'm seeing, it was written up in Variety.
It was
Yeah, it
written up.
happened at what in 2005.
2005.
He was a Pixar executive,
He was a
and
Pixar
also
executive.
he did voices.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what else he did? Whoa, he was a story supervisor at Pixar, and he also worked on Toy Story, A Bug's Life. Those are also
Cars.
My-
They were in the middle of Cars. Ironic, right?
all of these.
They dedicated the movie Cars to him.
Oh, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And then what happened on the way here?
wait, you guys, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Dedicating the movie Cars.
It's one of those synchronicities.
But he
It
died in a
happens.
car accident.
It
I
happens
can't.
with death all the time. It happened. And on our way here,
I can't.
there was a car accident and there was somebody with a body bag.
That's,
Like he came freaking through.
you guys, that's a true story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on our way, we just got to say this is
Yeah.
this is a part of it. On our way here,
Everything's so connected.
we were all stopped in stop traffic.
Yeah.
Because there was a fatal car
Yeah, a little
accident.
motorcycle and everything.
I'm still sitting in the whole Cars was dedicated to him and he died in a car
The
accident.
car stuff is. Woo!
So I gotta say,
Poor guy.
I bet you he had some sort of really sweet sense of humor for them to do that and be like, yeah, that's gonna work. for
Yeah, he
him.
was a goof. I was watching videos of him. He was cool. He was like
Wow.
one of the nerdy goofs. Was it Cal State Northridge?
Well,
They
now
were?
it says he CalArts class, so he went to CalArts.
CalArts, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
brilliant!
And all of his
Brilliant.
CalArts people came together and like a forum, and they were giving tributes to him. and
Shout
it was
out to the CalArts
Yo,
kids. Y'all are brilliant.
What's up? Sponsor us.
Y'all
Did
are-
they do that? No.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, but
You should.
maybe they will.
There's a first for everything.
Maybe we can talk about your films because y'all
Thank
are
you,
great.
Joe Ranft. You really,
you, Joe.
and it was so
Oh.
tragic, but the joy you brought, it's like,
And you continue to bring because
Yeah.
everything he's ever worked on continues on, moves
Dope.
on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. May I say it? May I say
Yeah.
it? Paul Reubens.
Okay, Paul Reubens.
Paul Reubens.
Yo, I have every
Paul
single
Reubens.
Pee-wee collectible when I was younger. Every single Pee-wee.
So before we even get into
Pike.
Pee Wee, Paul Reubens in The Nightmare Before Christmas played Locke, one of the three little mischievous little Halloween,
Yeah.
one of the three mischievous Halloween town kids.
Yeah.
The
He just came through when he hit that.
Did
you see that?
So no, yeah. So he played Locke, and I'm going to admit to you right now, I'm a huge Paul Reubens fan.
Yeah.
I used to get up at 8:45 on Saturday mornings and watch Pee Wee's Playhouse by 9 a.m. Oh, I thought he was
I
so
was
great.
Paul
So
Pee-wee.
okay.
Ironically, when he would go grocery shopping, he didn't know if he was shopping for himself or Pee-wee.
Did you read that?
Yeah.
They talked
I think
about that?
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, that's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Somebody
So-
groundling said that, I think.
Paul Reubens, he died July 30th, 2023 of acute hypoxic respiratory failure caused by cancer. He died at age 70.
A70.
That's according to Rolling Stone
In LA, right?
in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Cedar Sinai.
Excuse me, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles for everyone.
Well, you're from here, so you
at
have to
home.
say it.
So I have to say Los Angeles.
Yes, LA.
So another thing that I thought was really that I found, So, like I said, it was last week years old that I found out he did the voice. I'm sorry. I had to admit, I just can't, that I didn't know. I found this amazing clip on social media that it was done during the pandemic in 2020, the year that we shall not name. And it's a really cool clip. It's Paul Reubens, it's Catherine O'Hara, and Danny Elfman, and they're singing the Halloween song, and it's a split screen of the three of them.
Oh, I remember that. I remember seeing that.
Singing it, and they just hit every note, and wow, it gave me chills. It was so magic actually seeing them do it, because we don't get to see them sing it because it's animated, so we just hear the voice.
There are certain people, celebrities,
but
and
that clip, man, you have to watch the whole thing. It's so beautiful, and seeing him, I see him embody the character.
Yeah.
That's the other thing with Paul Reubens.
Yeah.
His background is in
Groundlings.
Improv. Yeah.
Yeah.
Groundlings. That's where he created his characters.
He created the show, and then that's Tim Burton saw
Pee-wee, he created the Pee-wee character there.
And people were like, "This is the weirdest comedian ever," but it worked.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, and so on comic book resources here, it says that Tim Burton had his directorial debut because of Pee-wee, and he found his own style.
But of Pee-wee? Pee-wee.
He would love that so much.
Get those balls out of your mouth.
Get the. I was going to bring a black
know.
Mistletoe for Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't know what else is in there.
And so Tim Burton found his own style through Reubens' distinctive shtick.
No way.
And you notice, and so that was Tim Burton's like director, and so all these like newbies came together. Danny Elfman from Oingo Boingo, like Paul Reubens wanted him to do the score. Danny Elfman had never done it before, and these three, like these people came together to do a movie. And Hollywood was like, Warner Brothers, like never gonna do, or this isn't gonna be successful, probably because it's all these new people. But they found their style within each other. The main interesting thing about the fusion of Tim and Pee-wee is that's when Pee-wee, you started to see the darker side of him, like large
Pee-wee
Marge.
Or Paul Reubens?
Well, Pee-wee, the
Pee-wee
character. Because in the movies, you started to see just like, it was like now for adults, like a lot more, large Marge, and just like, he got real dark, and and that was Tim Burton finding his style, infusing himself, but finding his style. And that was the birth of like comedy meets like electric movies.
Thank you, Paul Reubens. The last actor on the list, it's a recent death.
Yeah.
But in the film, shows up about third.
Two-thirds.
Halfway through.
Yeah.
It is the man who played Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie, Ken Page.
Ken
Page, Broadway guy.
So tell us.
He died in his home in St. Louis, or he went back to St. Louis. He was there for 4 years. He died in St. Louis, September 30th, 2024.
Wow, that was this year.
Yeah, and there was a notable death that day too. So there were two Broadway people. So because the other one was so young, Ken Page got a little overshadowed. Not that any of that means anything, but he was at the same day as Gavin Creel. So, but Gavin Creel died like a little younger. So
Two lovely people on the same day.
So interesting,
both
right?
in Broadway.
Both Broadway people.
Tell me about.
Wait. The outpouring of love from Broadway from somebody who dies. Can you imagine a double dose of that?
Wow.
I mean, they're hitting high notes 3 octaves higher.
Like, what's wild is
a Broadway funeral.
On Broadway,
I just want to say a Broadway funeral.
Instead of going dark, it's like everyone celebrates. Actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dia de los Broadway.
Yep. That's beautiful. That's the next musical.
What about what I said?
Ken Page played Oogie Boogie, who you don't see until about halfway through the film, but he's such a rich part of the film. You know that voice, that character representing the boogeyman, the lair, that like acid trip lair.
I mean that voice.
Wow, that is a booming Broadway voice.
Yeah. And he
tell us about his Broadway career.
So he was one of my favorite.
Really?
Old Deuteronomy.
What's that from?
That's from Cats.
Oh, Cats.
So we got Cars, we got Cats.
Cats.
See the crossover?
Cars. Yeah.
So he was also the lion in The Wiz. But now you have to have a booming voice. My friend is Simba on the touring. You have to have a booming voice. And he was Broadway. He was Broadway. He was so
Beautiful.
character. It was like so specific. And he also, Old Deuteronomy, oh my God. And he also did Ain't Misbehavin'.
Oh, yeah.
Guys and Dolls. Yep. And Jesus Christ Superstar, which is a musical that I just don't understand why it exists, but it is a powerful
I
musical
like
for
saying
numbers.
can that be my drag name? I love saying it.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
There's something about the 3 words. I don't know if it's because I'm Mexican, because we have to. You always have at least 3 names.
Yeah.
There's always many names.
Yeah.
It just rolls off the tongue.
And he was one of those where everybody loved. Like, everybody loved
How
everybody.
could you not?
They were just like, he was
His
so
voice.
adored, because he had this voice where he could play evil, but he was so lovely. It's
So
like,
tell me, how old was he?
when
passed away?
when he died, he was 70.
You know something else that I found out? So at Disneyland and California Adventure and all those Disney shows, when you see, like, during Halloween time,
Yeah.
the Halloween shows.
Oh,
voices,
yeah.
He did all of the voices, so that's his voice.
I didn't know he did all that. He did?
Yeah.
I was just
he
thinking
went
of
to his voice.
to do the character of live of Oogie Boogie. That costume's got to be so hot.
No, he does. So when you're there, he's not like there
Of
every
course.
show. Oh, what? Please don't tell me you're the guy what watches Harry Potter and
If I was a furry, I would be Oogie Boogie.
You see them in the picture and you're like, is he really there? No, honey, he's not really there. No,
The Tooth Fairy is real.
there is my 12-year-old niece. This is
Yeah.
her favorite movie.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Her mom, I don't even know if her mom was born.
Her mother was born.
I don't know if her mom was even born when this movie came out, and yet it's her favorite movie. It just goes to show you
Yeah.
that how film is a universal language.
Well, that's film, and that's what iconic really is.
So with Ken Page,
Mm-hmm.
wow, we thank you. There's also crew that died. There is Michael McDowell. He was one of the writers. He did the adaptation. According to his IMDb biography here, he was born in Enterprise, Alabama. God, what a city name.
Yeah, what a city.
Wow.
They have great potatoes
But
there.
I really did. I'd say really.
Shout out to my Alabamans.
I love that. I love that city name. So he lived
Do you
in
think they have
Hollywood.
an Enterprise rent-a-car in Enterprise? I'm just saying, the irony.
I mean, it would be smart marketing.
It would really, Hertz doesn't stand a chance. Go.
Michael, I am sorry. So according to his IMDb biography
Yeah.
and according to his biography, they say that he would write in the mornings and spend the rest of the day looking out the window and hope that something interesting will happen. I'm not done yet.
Oh.
He also collected photographs of corpses.
Oh.
I'm not done yet. He also liked to collect photographs of, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Train decapitation victims and plaques from baby caskets. When he died in 1999,
Yeah.
he had an unfinished novel, and guess who finished it for him? Tabitha King, Stephen King's wife. Of course they're friends.
They got a little bit of money. That couple.
They're all in the same mindset.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Fun fact: my great grandfather, his first wife, when they were like 20 in their late 20s, his first wife and him were riding in their car, and it got stuck on a train tracks.
Oh
And the train was a coming.
no!
Choo choo.
What happened? Yeah.
And he got out of the car and tried to run around to the other side to get his wife out, and he didn't make it. So that's how my great grandmother died.
Wait a minute. Okay, so he got out and he made it,
He made it.
but wait, how is it?
He didn't go down with the ship, baby.
No, hold
Oh
up.
no.
Hold up. I need a little. We need
You
to.
gotta wonder.
Wait, I need to clarify. Hold up. Okay. So the car's on the tracks, right?
Oops.
So wait, the car's on the tracks. He's getting out. He is. Wait. He is trying to open the door. So if he was really trying to open the door, he should have been taken out too. So,
Well, it was like a running around the car to go get her.
yeah, no, sis, no.
No, let me tell you something.
I'm sorry. I love
come
your
from
family.
a Polish family.
I love it, but that does not track.
Yeah.
That does not track.
I mean,
'Cause-
I have to say, knowing my Polish family, it kind of tracks.
He ran out the car, and he kept running. He did not go around.
He kept running.
Sis did not
More
go
to be
around.
revealed.
Sis did not go around to open that door. He was not being a gentleman that day.
You know, when we say we're on the bullet train, we might have taken out a couple of my family members on the way.
So Michael probably has a picture of your dead grandmother.
I mean, she might have been decapitated for all I know. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
And so the other one, I remember you telling me it was Peter Kozachik, because I remember his brother was a politician. He was on it, and he was a DP. Sorry.
He can't say DP
Sorry, Peter,
or balls.
I'm sorry, I can't say DP.
He cannot say
I can't say
DP or balls.
I said-
You are so gay.
And a visual
So gay.
effects supervisor. I'm find something in those words too. And he died in Carmel, California, September 12th, 2023 at 72 years old. And he died from, excuse me, let me put my bow tie on, primary progressive aphasia.
Oh, that's your drag name.
Yes, it actually is PPA.
Yeah.
I'm not into PPA. Oh, PDA.
That's
Oh, I'm not into that.
Yeah, no,
Watching it being in it, I just
your
I can't.
situationship isn't
Yeah,
into
but
that.
when I used to drink, licking walls. And so he was.
Can we get back to Pete's Oscar nomination?
I was gonna say,
Okay.
yeah.
He got an Oscar nomination in 1994
Yes.
for The Nightmare Before Christmas for Best Visual Effects.
Yes.
Which is, I
wonder who won that year. I'm just curious.
you know
It's such a good movie.
You should check. There must have been some stiff competition.
Let us
Because
know.
That,
Yeah.
because that film was perfect.
But they gave a shout out to him in Tucson, Arizona, on the local news because his brother was a politician.
So when he died,
Yeah, it was like the vice mayor. or
his
something
brother
like
was
that.
the vice mayor, and so
Yeah.
they gave a shout
I mean,
out.
he might
to-
have been, or he was
He-
at the time. Yeah, so they gave a shout out, and they were like, "Oh, and then Hollywood, and his brother worked in Hollywood." And
Wow.
we're sad to report that.
What else did Pete work on?
Jesus Christ.
He was,
Britney
I
Spears. Why is Britney Spears on
I-
my phone?
I came to work today, so I know the other visual effects movies he's
I'm
worked
tired.
on. Says she needs to go get some collagen. He's worked on James and the Giant Peach.
Yes.
The Corpse Bride. So he also worked
He's a
with
Corpse
Tim
Bride.
Burton several
So smart to keep the
times.
crew.
RoboCop, right?
RoboCop.
And so as a cinematographer, he did. Oh, he was also the DP for James and the Giant Peach, Corpse Bride, Coraline. So that.
Oh. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that makes sense, right? You see the creative through line.
Also, Carmel. Not a bad place.
Who,
That's where he died.
isn't that where Eastwood's the mayor, right?
Clint?
Alex, are you smarter than us? Yes.
Carmel. Yes.
Carmel, yes. Okay.
Oh. I always mix it up with the ice cream place.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we're asking Alex for the facts, and he hands you the papers.
Hey, Pete, shout out.
It's Carvel, I think you're thinking of. That makes
I am
ice cream.
lactose intolerant, so I don't
Former?
know.
Former.
Former.
Former
Both former
Carvel.
mayor. But that's kind of why it's on the map. It's because
And didn't
of these
Oingo Boingo do the theme song for them? Nope.
Nope, we're not going there. And one thing I want to talk about the film we haven't talked about is that's related to Pete. Is that it was The Nightmare Before Christmas was the first stop motion full length feature. There's some tea here,
Ooh,
and I read up in Gizmodo.
spill it.
Here it is. That the director of The Nightmare Before Christmas,
Ooh.
Henry Selick, is literally bummed out that Tim Burton gets all the credit, like the creative credit of being the total brainchild of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Is that bummed out a quote?
It is. It's in the title. It says, is bummed. It literally says, is bummed Tim Burton.
I want somebody to say that about me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bummed.
I like when people talk about my bum too.
I'm bummed he didn't.
So he's-
I'm bummed he didn't get inserted. No, wait.
It's just that he gets all
yeah.
the credit. He knows.
Yeah.
He's giving him his flowers. He just wants a little more flowers.
What is this flower thing?
Someone
I
give
like
him.
this kick that you're on.
Give him his bouquet.
Well, no, because that's what you do when you're at a grave.
So he's the director, and so
He's
he
the-
put in just as much.
Yes.
Not just as much time. It's arguably more time.
Yeah.
So we need to all give a shout out. Henry's alive and well and around. So just
Our
wanted to
social
mention it.
media guy said, I love the director of Nightmare Before Christmas, Tom Selleck.
He didn't say that.
He absolutely said it.
Trey,
and
I'm
then
so
I
sorry.
rolled with it for 10 minutes.
Oh wait,
I was like, yeah, that mustache. And he was like, huh?
Trey's our social media manager. So
Trey.
thank you for rolling.
He's real
with it.
smart. He got me.
Oof.
So shout out you, Pete.
So thank you
What's up,
so
Petey?
much. And that's it. So, that's
That's
the
it.
end.
It goes the out. Before I gotta ask, Monique, what's on your tombstone?
Mitch! No.
Where'd he go?
Where's my coffee?
Where's my? I'm wearing a white shirt. Mitch bringing me a
No,
coffee.
wait.
Are you done?
What is on my tombstone?
What's on your
Ben,
tombstone?
what would you put on my tombstone, Ben?
Left on red. That's yours. He saw my stories. That's you. Also me. What's on mine?
Take that out of your mouth.
Never.
Oh, okay. Well, that's it. Alex, what should be on Ben's tombstone?
If I died today, it'll change next week.
If I did.
Wouldn't you feel so guilty if that actually happened?
Make sure you get like this side.
I want to smack your ass for that. That was so good. Oh my God.
That's it. That's it.
I'm never coming up with my own. It's like when Cosmo dressed us yesterday. Never coming up with my own outfit again.
That's it. I thought you were going to end that sentence with, I'm never coming. The end. I think we should cut out.
So
What else,
good.
Ben?
Oh,
What else should they do?
So what else did you hate? Listen, you guys got to follow us on Instagram and then DM us movies that you want us to cover because that's what they did on my TikTok account and that's how it went. Bam, bam, bam. I know y'all out there with morbid curiosity and I know you like film. And if you a cinephile, careful how you use the word because you don't want to go have to tell your neighbors that you're a cinephile. Make sure you get the cine. Right. It's a really big
Tell
deal.
them the handle.
The handle's Who's Dead Pod. Say it again.
It's at Who's Dead Pod.
It's at Facebook Mom at Who's Dead Pod.
Facebook Mom. So make sure you write a 5-star review.
You have to write a 5-star review for us because that's what's going to keep us.
I don't want to write his tombstone. I just don't feel like. I just don't
Write
feel like
a
it.
tombstone? At Dia de los Muertos, I was dancing during the parade, and I realized I was dancing on somebody's grave. And I was like, is this? But I'm like, is it?
We should go.
You see?
Also, tell your mom how much you love us.
Oh, yeah. Also tell you how much. And stay not dead.
Ooh, gets creepy. And stay not dead.
This one, I don't think this last one, I don't think we can do together. I like you saying it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like the way you say
say
it.
And
And
stars are alive even if they're dead.
are you writing a novel?
No.
But I have to tell you, I really freaking love that. Stars are alive even if they're not.
dead.
Pepper, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yay!